Sorry, I just don't think I'm supporting caste, homosexual or otherwise.
Is there something wrong? Check it out. Tamaki is eroding away.
Yo, guys, it's me, Charlie. Hey, did that guy just turn into sand?
Yeah, what?
Hey, you. Have you ever watched a TV series or movie or even played a video game and loved a good chunk of the characters so much that you would love to interact with them and live in their world? Have you ever wondered to yourself, wow, I wonder how I'd look in this world, to be honest. Maybe I should make a character that looks sorta like me, but not really, and use the character to fantasize myself interacting with my favorite characters. And perhaps even ship myself with my fictional crush, because I can. Well, my friends, that little original character that you're thinking about making is called a self-insert OC. So, because I have free will and can do whatever the hell I want, let's make some self-inserts, shall we? Just a little quick note though, Inkyo's self-insert video inspires this one, so I suggest you go check them out because I think that they're very, very, very cool. And without further ado, hi, my name is Lynx and you're watching Space News. In this video, I wanted to go back to my trusty little reel generator as I did in this video. Shameless plugin, I know. However, what's different about that video and this one is that I have collected a good chunk of fictional media that I enjoyed either in the past or even currently. I will spin the wheel and whatever franchise I get will determine the types of self-insert OCs I need to make for this video. Today, I'm thinking about making at least 3 self-insert OCs, so I'll be passing the microphone to my future self. And while I do that, you can pause this video, grab your drawing tablets, your drawing materials, and your sketchbook, or do whatever else you want to do while watching this video. And we can finally get into what you came to see in this video, starting now. Thank you, other me from literally 5 minutes ago. Now, I have about 11 entries in this wheel right now. And we're gonna go ahead and do 3 fandoms. Okay. I'm trying to brace for myself, and I hope I get something good. I'm literally the one who put the fandoms on here. Let's go ahead and start off with the first franchise of today's video. Miraculous Ladybug. Eee! Okay, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but we're gonna move on.
Happy birthday to you.
Now, if you do not know what Miraculous Ladybug is, let me tell you. It is in fact an animated kids show first airing on September 5th, 2015 about a naive teenage girl named Marinette Dupin-Chang. This girl, who after helping an elderly man from getting hit by a literal car, was given a jewelry box in return. A very cute gift that totally isn't magical at all, right? Well, yes, it was a magical jewelry box because the show would be boring if it wasn't. Inside of this box were ladybug-themed earrings called a Miraculous that once put on lets her see a small mouse-looking bug thing named Tiki. Tiki lets Marinette know that she was chosen to be recruited as a ladybug superhero with the power of creation who has to save Paris from a villain named Hawkmoth, this guy, who also has a Miraculous. However, he uses his power for evil intentions, of course. He has the power of transmission, in which he takes anyone's strong negative emotions and uses it to create a butterfly-looking thing that can turn someone into a minor supervillain to terrorize Paris for the day. This thing is called an akumization that targets Marinette to capture her own Miraculous, because her Miraculous is easily one of the most powerful Miraculouses, and the only way to turn these villains back to normal is to break whatever item of theirs that this little Akuma butterfly flies into. Mind you, she's doing all of this at a very young age. I say like 14 going on 15, a little crazy considering the upcoming events of this show. Little stressful, but hey, don't worry, she has help. Marinette is not alone in saving Paris because the person who receives the second most powerful box of magical jewelry is a classmate of hers that Marinette is crushing on, named Adrien Agreste. This guy. He saves the city of Paris alongside Marinette, and so does this girl. and this guy, and this girl, and this guy, him, her. You get the goddamn point. Just thinking about all the powers and characters in this show is gonna get me fucking akumatized. So let's ignore all of that and create a brand new character to put into the bunch. So before I began to officially start drawing my self-insert character for this video, I immediately started coming up with ideas. If I/my mascot were in Miraculous Ladybug as a superhero, what would I even look like as a regular student and superhero? Well, due to the show having animal-themed superhero costumes, I naturally came up with the idea to turn myself into a lynx. So, I scoured through Pinterest looking for a whole bunch of inspiration for not only my superhero costume, but also the casual outfit that I would like to wear as my character. Now, how exactly would my self-insert be included in the show? Well, I would like for my character to be almost like a best friend of Luca Conte, I think that's his last name. I don't know how to pronounce it, but we're gonna move on. Who is one of the spoilers, love interest for a short period of time before the Fire Nation attacked. And honestly, one of the few characters in this show that actually has a brain.
I have an announcement. I've decided to leave the show. I am too psychologically and emotionally advanced for all of you. It's stunting my growth.
Who's going to listen to what we do without But I need your emotional depth and
Shut up, Marinette. You can't just dump me and then continuously use me for advice with your cringe-ass relationship. Your fault for settling for a smooth-brained NPC? That noise is another huge reason why I'm leaving. I can't tolerate it.
That pisses me off too.
Makes me uncomfortable.
At least I have eyelashes.
Don't be throwing stones in a glass house, Adrian. Your mom is literally in one.
For the most part, my character is very chill, but can have a stubborn personality when the ones she cares about are disrespected in any possible way. I would say she would have a episode of hers where she gets akumatized because, you know, she's, you know, like, Galston over here fucking disrespecting my friends. I'm gonna beat your ass. And before she does that, she literally gets akumatized. Like, I don't know. I think that would be really good. She's a bit similar to Ivan, you know, this character right here. Just less bullheaded and often wild like a cat because, you know, she's a lynx and lynxes are wild cats and they're from Canada. Oh, I think also I'd probably make her like a transfer student. Like, she's from Canada. She knows a bit of French, but she like knows the Canadian version of French. So when she comes to France, she's just like,
G-A-I-2-A-A-S, il a, elle a, nous avons, vous avez, il et elle, O-N.
I somehow forgot to draw a Kwame design for my character. Sorry guys. But just know that my Kwame's name is Invisi. Why? Well, that's because my character has the power of invisibility. Because I think that's like maybe a power that nobody has in Miraculous. So I'm gonna give her the power of invisibility with some speed mechanics because I think invisibility itself for this type of show like Miraculous Ladybug, that just may be a little boring. Just a little boring. So I just wanna, you know, put some speed mechanics in it because it's my character. I can do whatever the hell I want. Okay. So I'm gonna record while I look at the speed paint. It actually wasn't really that hard trying to design these characters. I just wanted my character to look very laid back with intent that clearly she's a little rascal. I'm a little bored, so let's talk a little bit about Miraculous Ladybug. It's just a little bit of spoilers, not too much. I did not like Marinette like that when I was younger. Like, I never did because I always thought she was really creepy and I never really understood how somebody could possibly ever let a creepy character as much as that like be in a kid show. That's a little weird. It's giving Ayano Aishi from Yandere Simulator. I did make a reimagination of Yandere Simulator and I think you guys should go check it out because it's like the only goddamn thing that I put on this goddamn channel. So go check it out. You know, shameless plug-in, but like, hey, can you blame me? Honestly. I was actually having a really bad time like figuring out the colors because I always try to do something different with my art and like my coloring and my line art and all that stuff. A little inconsistent, but like who the fuck cares? Oh, who cares really? Who cares besides me? So yeah, I just like changed the colors up a bit. At first I started off with blue, but I was like, oh, that shit does not look that good. So I decided to use pink as my start off color and it's actually been helping really well. I really like this pink undertone look that I have going on and I think I'm gonna continue to do it. But anyways, this was really fun to draw and I'm happy with it, honestly. You can see me kind of just like forgetting to put the speed mechanic into my art, but I include it towards the end. And yeah, pretty much. Let's move on to the next. Okay, let's do the second franchise of today's video. Y'all, the whole vibes is just giving nostalgia.
Ouran. Ouran.
Alright, next up is Ouran High School Host Club, my absolute favorite anime of all time. Although this anime is known for breaking barriers with topics of gender identity and even sexuality, it also is known for how it doesn't exactly age well at all.
Two of us are alone playing punishment games. Tell us what happens then, County.
And makes his friend think he's gonna rape her in order to teach her some kind of lesson.
At that moment, her father came home.
From his shift at the tranny bar.
Yeah, I really don't understand what was going on in the early 2000s. Okay, a little info about Ouran. If you've never seen the show a day in your life, it's pretty much about a scholarship student named Haruhi Fujioka attending a prestigious school filled with nothing but rich gals and guys who are nothing like Haruhi at all. Considering they grew up in a less rich environment with their mother, God rest her soul, alongside their father who is openly a queer crossdresser. In the show's words, I personally would headcanon them to be actually trans, but you know, whatever, cool. Haruhi on their first day with a boyish appearance finds their way into a abandoned music room of the large school to get some personal quiet time. However, this music room that they fell into is definitely not abandoned and is occupied by a whole club, an all-male host club that entertains the female students. When the 6 boys interact with Haruhi for the first time, Haruhi ends up freaking out and accidentally breaks a very expensive vase, which is like 8 million yen, and now Haruhi has to be a host to pay back their debt. Now what happens at the end of episode 1 is that the guys find out that Haruhi is a girl, and now the boys are trying to hide the fact that Haruhi is a girl from everybody else in the school to not break the illusion that they unconsciously built up with making Haruhi a host. Now you're probably wondering, how does Haruhi feel about people thinking she's a god? You know what she says in response?
Listen, Senpai, I don't really care whether you guys recognize me as a boy or a girl. In my opinion, it's more important for a person to be recognized for who they are rather than for what sex they are.
Yeah, she ate that. So anyways, despite the poorly aged things about this anime, this show is a very good watch if you're interested. And who knows, maybe there'll be a second season coming out soon. No, the fuck there won't be. I've been waiting for years. Now, how exactly would I incorporate my self-insert into this show? Well, my headcanon for this entire show is that my character is a childhood friend of Haruhi, because of course she is, that just transferred a little rich, just a little rich, because I want to be rich. Just a little bit, yeah. And I say, if season 2 really did come out, I haven't read the manga, so I don't know if the students do already find out that Haruhi is a girl or something, but if that were to ever happen, I would say that Haruki and Renga would have the idea to open the bracket a little bit for like female hosts instead of just male hosts, and my character would be one of those female hosts. Guys, another headcanon. Don't at me for this, but my headcanon is that Tamaki and Kyoya get together. I'm sorry, and you might be wondering, who does Haruhi get with at the end? Me, okay? Let's just have that happen. Like, oh my god, you guys are saying, oh, why didn't you pick Mori Senpai to be with Haruhi? Oh, I still think that Mori Senpai would definitely be with Haruhi in my personal opinion. I do still like Tamaki and Haruhi together, but I don't know, it's a little vanilla. I know it's Yume shipping, but who the fuck cares? To be cringe is to be free. And if I want Yuri and Yaoi in Ouran High School Host Club, then so be it, okay?
Can I get an amen?
So anyways, Haruhi would end up with me, my character, and it'd be so freaking cool. Now we can finally get into the speed paint. At first I started off with my character being in the feminine uniform. I just gave her, you know, pigtails, and then I gave her glasses, I gave her earrings. I made her rose green, like a mint green color. That's pretty much it for this speed paint. And let's finally move on to the final franchise. And here is the final franchise of today's video. I don't know what I'm gonna get, but we're gonna go and just click. Okay, I fear this is definitely a nostalgia video, just like the last one, I'm not gonna lie.
Up again? Well, well. I know someone who will be pleased to know this. Darcy!
And for the final franchise of the day, one of my oldest childhood favorites, Winx Club. Winx Club is an Italian animated kids show from the early 2000s about a teenage girl named Bloom, who discovers that she has fairy powers and, with the help of another fairy named Stella, enrolls in a fairy school named Althea in another realm or dimension. Bloom meets several other fairies there, including 4 other girls who would soon form into a group called Winx Club. These girls would fight monsters with their powers after having a really long transformation sequence that made you wonder, wow, does this world just stop for these girls to transition, or do the monsters just wait patiently for the girls to finish transforming? It is very important that I think about this. But regardless, magical girl shows are definitely a type of show that I believe all girls and boys should experience watching. Now, the question is, how can I incorporate this final self-insert OC into the show? That I'm a little unsure. For the most part, my character wouldn't be a part of this Core 6 because I don't really see my character being a part of the Core 6. You might see my character in the Core 6, you might see your own character in the Core 6. I don't see my character in the Core 6. I actually see them in an episode freaking out over finding out that they're actually a fairy. Freaking fuck out like, where the fuck are these powers coming from? I think my character would be like Roxy from the BAIIIIIII era, where she discovers that she's a fairy too, and she kind of joins the Core 6, but they didn't really make her be the Core 6. I thought she was gonna be in the Core 6, but she really isn't. But anyways, my character is pretty much like that. She has a fascination with aliens because she is the fairy of cosmics. Also, whilst picking the colors of my character, which is very easy for me since it's practically the same colors as my normal color scheme for this channel and my mascot and all of that stuff, I came to a realization that, you know who has a color scheme of purple and green? Techna! And I did not realize this was the case until I finished up with the materials for this video. So, at least I can make this joke.
I'm just like you. I think that's true. You're just like me. Yes, I can see. We take responsibility.
Wow, I'm very funny. Please enter my suffering. Okay. Now we'll talk about the speed paint itself. So this one was a little, I would say a little harder to draw for some reason. I wasn't really feeling the line art. At first I was feeling it, but like the day before I was feeling the line art. And like the day after I was like, no, I fucking hate it. And I can't back out now because much different than how my drawings was the day before. So I kind of just stuck with it. I think I pulled it through. You know, I changed the hair up a little bit. That's pretty much it. And then let me show the finished product. And now we can finally talk about self-inserts themselves and the impacts they bring to not only the internet, but television and movies as well. Whilst doing a good amount of research for this portion of the video, I realized not many people enjoy self-inserts at all, especially when those self-inserts are made to be set in an already established franchise such as shows and movies, aka the types of self-insert OCs that I made for this video. Please don't hate on me. However, mainly the reason why the internet tends to hate on these types of self-inserts can be for a plethora of reasons. And that might be because, one, they're overpowered / have too much going on with their character. Mary Sue's from 2010. We've all made Mary Sue's from 2010s. We've all had characters who had every power in the goddamn world and had like 30 different boyfriends. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I definitely had that. 2, they ultimately become the main character of the already established franchise.
Okay.
3, they are mainly used for shipping themselves with characters. I fall short of this, you fall short of this, we all fall short of this. Could either be a what the fuck ever thing, or even a bad thing, depending on the type of person you are. I'm looking at you, guy who shipped himself with a literal child from Powerpuff Girls. The fuck is wrong with you? 4, they often use these self-inserts to let out some personal frustrations and use these characters as an outlet to make statements about the world we live in. Which wouldn't be such a bad thing if the examples displayed here weren't so mean-spirited. And yes, a big example of number 4 would be the animated show Velma, produced by Mindy Kaling. This show would be great if it were actually funny to the audience and not just funny to the writers making it. I believe that due to it being so mean-spirited and not like Scooby-Doo at all, it ultimately fell short and is joined in the bunch of most hated self-inserts in cartoons of all time. And I know I just completely shitted on this show, but trust me, I was really excited for this show, but I was very much disappointed. And that's that. Number 5 is if the self-insert is from an original media, but the self-insert is disguised as a side character. However, over time, the show or movie makes the side character the main character in the long run. Can you guess which character I am talking about? I will give you 3 seconds. If you answered Jax from the Amazing Digital Circus, you would be correct. Now, to explain why everyone was so upset about this character, there will be a bit of spoilers discussed here shortly, so if you don't wish to hear any of these spoilers, please skip according to this timeline, and I hope to see you in the next bit.
Oh boy, a pilot. Oh boy, a Pomni episode. Oh boy, a Kinger episode. Oh boy, a Gangle episode. Oh boy, a Jax episode. Oh boy, a Jax episode. Oh boy, a Jax episode. Oh boy, a Kane episode. Oh boy, a Jax episode. Oh wait, that's it? I thought there were more characters that were supposed to have their own episodes.
My biggest issue with the Amazing Digital Circus is not the fact that Jax is evil. My biggest problem with the Amazing Digital Circus is the fact that Jax is supposed to be Gooseworks. I think that's the biggest issue. If Gooseworks never said the self-insert tweet, hot take, if she never said that at all, 0%, I don't think that many people would be mad. At least directly at her as an individual, or weirded out by her as an individual. I don't think anybody would have said anything. Now, are there weird themes that are said, especially in episode 9? Absolutely. But if she never confirmed it was her, we would just go, you're writing of Jax's ass. But now we have to study Gooseworks as an individual because you told us to. You know, Jax is a self-insert, so now we have to study it like it's you. You know what I mean? And Jax is definitely written like it's Gooseworks. And Gooseworks is definitely, you know, talking to the show like she's Jax. And that's the problem I have, right? To understand the reason why the show is so scatterbrained, discombobulated, and weird is to understand that Jax wrote the show. Because that's what the self-insert would imply, you know?
Good, it'll be epic. Do it, or I'll tell Ragatha about the figurine thing. Come with me.
I'm actually gonna be on a team with Sumo.
What? No, you're not. We've been together for every team adventure in the past. Yes,
well, he probably wants revenge, and he's gonna make it painful.
Hey, you're a human. You're not his toy.
So yes, there are arguably a lot of reasons why the internet despises self-inserts as a whole, it seems. And honestly, nowadays, there could be a majority of people, like young artists for instance, who may be incredibly nervous to come out with their own self-inserted OCs, or with their art in general because of this. But I will be one of many people to tell you, the person watching this video right now, if you are feeling this sort of way, never be afraid to show your creations to the digital world, and definitely do not let the toxic traits of the art community dim your light. All communities will have their bad apples, such as assholes on the internet who love to hate on others for being quote-unquote cringe for coming out with their self-inserts or art pieces in general, just because. Well, I can definitely reassure you that there is still another part of the community that is here for you with open arms. And also, while we're still on the topic of self-inserts, there are actually many other self-inserts that are very much appreciated by the world that you might not even know about.
Here's a list of self-insert characters when creators insert themselves into their own cartoons. The creator of The Simpsons, Matt Groening, has made a number of cameos in his series. One of the most iconic ones is him signing autographs at a convention center. Dr. Rip Studwell is seen as a Butch Hartman self-insert. While he never claimed it was, he does voice the character in his natural speaking tone, and the design looks a lot like his actual profile design. Many see Josh from Close Enough as the cartoon version of the creator J.G. Quintel. Josh isn't exactly a one-to-one self-insert, but he's close enough, pun intended. The same could be said for Mordecai during his younger years. Brian Griffin is hinted to be a caricature of Seth MacFarlane himself. While he's not exactly a one-to-one self-insert, he's more of a hyperbole or self-roast of MacFarlane's personality and political views. I guess you could say it's his persona. Dan Mendel is a self-insert of Dan Mendel from Dan Versus. They have the same first and last name, and while he's more of a caricature, he's definitely inspired by Dan. And lastly, Rebecca Sugar, the creator of Steven Universe, has made a number of cameos in the Steven Universe series.
I feel as if... no, not feel. I know that negativity is what's currently trending on the internet as a whole, and I'm unsure when it will stop. So there, something new and positive you probably never heard about. In conclusion to this video, don't be scared to show off your cool creations. At the end of the day, showing off your cool fictional characters without a care in the fucking world can also help another nervous artist out there who is feeling the same ways that you're feeling. It can help them by building up their courage to do the same and upload and create and make more content and make more beauties. I wish to create a safe and positive digital space for our new generation of artists, and I wish to make more content like this to show that it's okay to try new things and show off your extremely brilliant talents. That's all I really wanted to say in this segment, so thank you for listening. Hi, I hope you all enjoyed this video and my self-insert OCs. I plan on making more videos like this, so if you have any suggestions on what I should do next with my trusty little wheel generator, let me know and I'll see what I can do. And remember to be cringe. is to be free. Never forget that. Never forget that. Never! And with that all said and cleared, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you all later. Goodbye now!
And Bumblebee! And Bumblebee!
And Bumblebee! And Bumblebee!